And I love the Expo tour this year because they combined JP, Ian, and ID for the tour, and that's pretty crazy. I'm gonna just spoil this to you guys now, but last year, Ian ID, we were together, but we were separated from the JP, so we didn't have like much interaction with the JPs. Last year, this time we were all combined. Because the last year we went to the Expo tour, like sure we had ID and the Ian girls together. However, it was pretty big and it was pretty quiet because there's not a lot of us, you know. Jadi kayak ya sangat sepi ya teman-teman, cuma ada 26 orang gitu. Yeah, so this time we had the whole JP, but I have a disclaimer to say. Not every JP came to the tour. I didn't get to meet everyone, but here are some interactions that I actually do remember. So what happened was we arrived, and once we arrived, the first thing that our managers told us was to grab a pen and start signing literally everywhere. So I grabbed my pen, I literally went to the talent signature wall. I thought it'd be pretty cool if I signed in the middle, which is what I did. And that was my first ever interaction with... No, the first interaction that I had when I was in the Expo tour was with Marins and Joel and Owl. Yeah, they were together the whole time, I think. Yeah. So they were just signing, they were signing at bottom right, if I remember correctly. And I thought that I wanted to give them a little scare, so while they were signing, I decided to scream from behind. I went, "Don't study some of this!" And they're like, "Oh, bikkurishita." And then they were very happy to see that, "Oh, it's the ID girls! Yay!" I think Myth came a little bit late. So it was mostly with like Council, Advent, and Justice. They were the first senpais that we ID encountered. This. And we didn't meet up with a lot of people. Met with Nerissa, met up with the Justice girls. Yeah. It was also my first time meeting up with Liz, if I remember correctly. And every time I'm with Liz, she has this habit of holding my hand. Ollie imut banget tas tagal, lihat deh hidungnya kembang kempis kawaii. Apaan? Sialan. Anyways, I was walking around and I noticed that some of the JP members, they came in a little bit later and they came in groups. I think I saw the Devis girls being together. I didn't see them up close though. I just greeted them from afar. Again, the halls are pretty big. I'm sure when you guys got there, it was already crowded. But before it was crowded, it was like super empty. We were far apart. It was like at least 7 meters away. You know? So most of the time I see like a group of girls, I just bow down and go, "Otsukare sama desu!" Which reminded me also, by the time we got there, the first person who greeted us, by the way, was not the staff. Was not our senpais. Was not our kohais. The first person that greeted us once we walked through. Like, you guys saw the gates, right? Like the LED gate. Once we walked through the LED gate, the first person who greeted us ID was Yagoo. It was crazy scary. But also crazy funny. Like, he's literally the first person. He just waits by the gate. So, like, whenever somebody comes in, he'd just be smiling at them. Yeah, it's actually so funny. Wait, he was there. He was there! Yeah. He was there to greet the ID girls anyways. I don't know if he actually stayed for the other girls. But by the time we were there, he was just smiling at us. It's as if he was waiting. You know? So you were screaming? How did you know? Yeah, so anyways, while we were walking, I just kept on saying stuff like, "Otsukare sama desu! Osewa ni nattemasu! Itsumo ganbatte kurete arigatou gozaimasu! Ureshi desu! Shacho! Ganbarimasu!" Like Like, I just kept on screaming a bunch of stuff until Yofi Senpai hit me at the back of the head. I think she got a little bit embarrassed. Yeah. Kayak kalau gak salah Ollie dipukul sama Yofi, dia kayak, udah ayo cepet, kita harus tanda tangan gitu. I met up with a lot of senpais. I gave greetings to them. I met up with Louie. I met up with Aski Senpai. I also met up with Polka Senpai. It was my first time, and I gave her a headbutt. I think Aski Senpai was with Iroha, I think. Wait, was she with Iroha or was she with someone else? There were like 3 of them. It was Aski Senpai, Polka Senpai, and one more. I forgot who it was though. Kayak pokoknya ada kayak grupnya Aski Senpai. Mereka bertiga. Satu orangnya lagi Oli lupa. Tapi pokoknya ada Aski Senpai, ada Polka Senpai, sama satu lagi. Mohon maaf ya. Mungkin Iroha gitu, tapi kayaknya bukan Iroha deh. I don't think it was Iroha because Iroha was like giving cookies. It was Kanata! Yeah, it was Kanata Senpai, Aski Senpai, and Polka Senpai. They were in a group together. I gave them all a big hug. I lifted Aski Senpai. She smelled really good, by the way. I gave Kanata Senpai a really big hug. She kept on complimenting how cute we IDs look. And by the way, she looked really cute. You know how sometimes people would say, oh my god, Kanata's fashion style is kind of weird. No, she was so cute. It was so easy to like... She was so distinct, you know. She was actually really fashionable that you can see her from like far away. Yeah. She was actually being very, very fashionable that day. And since it was my first time meeting Polka Senpai, I wanted to give her a big hug and leave an impression. So what I did was, I told her to back off a little bit. Then I went into like a get ready stance, you know, when that stance where runners would be in. And then I headbutted Polka Senpai. She smelled really good. She tried to get away, but I wouldn't let her. So Polka have 0 in grappling. I don't know. But I did tackle Polka Senpai. Yeah. And she did kept on pleading me to stop. She was like, Ori! Moi! Ori! But I wouldn't give in. I'd keep hugging her. It was nice meeting her. And then I met up with Subaru Senpai and Miko Senpai. And mind you... Okay, so listen. I met up with a lot of senpais, okay? And a lot of the times I had to reintroduce myself. Yay, it's me, Ollie! Because, you know, we were in disguises and all. Just in case, you know. So we were in disguises. Some of them couldn't recognize me. But the senpai who instantly recognized me out of the bat was Miko Senpai. She saw me and then from afar she started screaming, Ollie! And it made me really happy. It touched me, you know. She remembers! She knew it was me! Yeah! She ran to me and I ran to her and we hugged. It was a nice hug. It was very warm and she smelled really nice also. Yeah. Erito! It touched me though. Cause you know, even back then I didn't get a chance to speak with Miko Senpai that much. But the fact that she instantly recognized me, warms my heart. She's such a great senpai. Subaru Senpai was also there. She smelled good. So you say, I saw Suisei Senpai from afar. So when I was citing my stuffs, I saw her walking with Toa Senpai. But they were really, really far. They were like 30 meters away from me. Yeah. But I would recognize that side blue ponytail anywhere. So on the top of my lungs, I just screamed at her. Suichan! Domo! Kawaii! Suichan! Hashire! And then they just kept on laughing. And by the time I realized that next to her was Toa Senpai, I also screamed. Toa Senpai! Toa Majitenchi! DMT! DMT! Then I think someone told me to shut up again, so I did. TMT.
チャンネル登録してね